Howdy everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Farmer Dave. Been to town, got some supplies, parts and pieces, even got some tractor gas. Yeah, and I have some not so pleasant news to share with everybody, but it's a fact of life. So on we go. So stay tuned. Be right back. Howdy again, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Had a little issue with the old Ford pickup the other night. Well, in fact, last night. One of them things. Yeah, it came loose. I don't care for those. Nothing I hate any worse than electrical issues. So, yeah, I got a whole new set of wires to put on this thing today. So, we're going to get that project done today. Plus, I'm going to tell you right quick while I'm working on this what the bad or sad news was. It was more sad than anything for myself and a lot of the people that were looking forward to it. I mistakenly believed that there was an event in Twin Falls called the Western Days, which was a celebration of the heritage of the area. Well, I mistakenly believed that it was to be held on the last Saturday in May. Well, much to my chagrin, it turns out to be it is on the 4th of June. So, needless to say, I didn't have any vendors or enough vendors to participate to help pay for putting on the show, because there is a good deal of expense in covering like the portable toilets, insurances, that sort of thing. So, yeah, the flea market and antique show and the whatever else is off for June the 4th. We may reschedule for later, but for right now, we're done. Yeah, so like I said, I'm pretty well bummed about that. This cable is a little shorter than I would have liked, but it does the job just fine. So, anyway, we're going to get this done today. While I still got some shade here to work on. Then we're going to go lube up Stinky, fire it up, and start cleaning dirt out of the bottom of the settling pond to fill the strawberry deal, that above ground planter I put together a couple days ago. The positive post on here was a number 1 gauge, which is plenty heavy. I would have loved to have had number 2 on the whole truck, but yeah, this thing is starting to show some corrosion there. It has been pitted here from jumper cables and whatnot, so it's a good time as any to replace it and get on with things. Let's see how we did. Oh yeah, no lag or anything right there, so that's good. You know, there was a song or something about the tall, sweet grass of home or something like that. Yeah, that was a musical with a real positive note. Away, away, away down deep in the duck pond. Away, away, way down deep in the duck pond. We're gonna miss that? No, we're gonna go right over the top of it. That's all right. There we go. Yeehaw! My grandson Carter ought to like this one. So turn up the volume for about the next 15 seconds. Yeah. Well, that's just great. Now I have frogs down here, and I don't want to dig up their habitat, but I kind of got to. The holes around the perimeter here are where the frogs are, so I'm going to dig right down here. This is some of that silt that I mentioned earlier that had come in here. Yeah, real high nutritional value to this stuff. So I'm going to dig this up, make kind of a hole right here. So if we get any more of that moss in the bottom of this, hopefully it won't plug up the pump this year, and it will all settle right here in this low spot that I'm going to create. There's a bit of a load on the back end of Stinky's platform there. I could probably put some more on it, but going up out of there and it's kind of rough, I'll probably end up losing a bunch of that. But yeah, there's several layers of silt. There's about 6 inches of it deep right here where I was digging. And well, you probably can't see it, but the ruddy brown colored stuff right down there is the base soil, and then the darker stuff is the sediment. That sediment is all runoff from the neighbor's farm upstream of me, so it's all topsoil and probably full of very good nutrients for the plants. For those of you that have been following the channel for a while, you know that I thought the spud cellar was to the north a little further than it was. I ended up digging the duck pond right square in the middle of it. So yeah, we got all sorts of stuff popping up. There is the remains of some burned wood from the old potato cellar that was here. It was a wood frame structure with wire over the top of it, covered with burlap and then covered with dirt. We do have a little bit of a water wash situation right down through here. So I'm putting some of the big rocks in there, and we're going to backfill it with more of this little river rock stuff here. But case in point on the old spud cellar, here is some of that wire that was used, it's field fence, that was used to go over the wood frame of the structure. They covered that with the burlap, dirt, and whatever. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of that in here. So hopefully my grandkids are paying attention, and they won't want to go wading in here because of that barefoot. Yeah, they got their sneakers on or something, that'd be one thing, but yeah. You don't want to come down in here barefoot. There's too much of this stuff. Yeah. Now we're going to try to make our escape up out of here without high centering on anything, like some of those bigger rocks or whatever. Yeah, there's enough weight on the back end of Stinky here that she's a little loose in her steering. Woo! Yeah, I can turn the wheel and we don't go anywhere really. So, yeah. Onwards and upwards we go to the backyard with the first load. I don't know how much time I'm going to have because it's clouding up and getting dark. So before that storm gets here, I'll show you what I did. I was talking to my son Skylar, who recommended the use of the cardboard packing box for this planter. He said put that in the bottom of it. I was thinking of using some sort of a weed barrier mat or something, but he said why buy something? He said you got cardboard, that'll work. Apparently it's been working for them. So we dumped the cardboard in there because you know me, I like to save a penny now and then. Not that I'm cheap, but I'm thrifty. Say, never ever argue with left-handed people because they always assume they're right. Yeah. Well, I'm going to fire up Stinky, turn it around so the platform is closer to the planter box, and we'll start filling it. Many of you that have been following the channel for a while know that Stinky has hydraulic issues. It won't hold up anything in the back end when the engine's off. So I've got it cranked up as high as it'll go, the engine's running, just to keep it from dropping down. That way I can take a shovel and spoon the stuff over in on top of the cardboard and start filling that planter box. Yeah. Well, you might be able to see that blackness coming with the sun, the top half of the screen there. Yeah, that's what's heading my way. One load off of Stinky's carry-all platform there got us about a third of how much I wanted filled into the planter. So before that storm gets here, if I can, I'll go grab 2 more loads and see if we can't top that off. As I'm standing here with a flowering crabapple, I'd like to remind everybody to right down there, click on the subscribe button and the little bell icon right next to it. Click on the word all. After you click on the bell, that way you get notified every time I got a new video out. Yeah, and thank you to all the new subscribers that have signed on in the last week or two. You're meaning a heck of a lot to me and the algorithms for YouTube's channel for whatever they do. Don't worry about me thinking about money. I'm not anywhere close to being monetized. I'd just like to see if we can hit 400 subscribers this year. So anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you. And as always, y'all behave out there, and we'll catch up with you later. So bye-bye for now from Nelson Craig Farms, and I'm Farmer Dave. See ya.